Okay, so for my oral communication speech, I decided to take on the topic of abortion. Now, mostly the reason why I chose this is because it's a very, very debatable topic. Like, especially with the election just ending, it's been a very debatable topic between both men and women, and if you're like pro-choice or pro-life for a really long time, and it's still happening today. So I just decided to take on this topic without, passing judgment or attacking another person's opinion, because this is just my opinion, and you don't have to agree with me. You can agree or disagree with me, but this is just my opinion. So, pretty much abortion is the surgical procedure to go inside the mother's stomach and remove the child, like remove the baby. And most states, it varies. Some states have, put a ban on abortion. Others have legalized it. It just depends on what state you're from. And most states require the abortion to take place 24 to 28 weeks. Before 24 to 28 weeks. After that, most states, put a cut on it and they won't do it. So for my visual aid, I chose to just show my laptop and show like a couple facts about abortion. Okay, so pretty much 1.1 million U.S. abortions occur each year, and nearly 1 in 4, which is 22% of pregnancies end in abortion. And the U.S. abortion rate is among the highest of developed countries. And 51% of abortions are performed on women that are less than the age of 25. Now, that's a really high number, 51%. I feel like, okay, so what, you graduate high school at 18, 19, then go to college for 4 years, that's 23, 24, graduating school. And most abortions occurred before the years of 25. So I feel like a lot of women, get pregnant and then they end up having an abortion because they feel like they can't raise it, or that they're not ready to have a child, and just circumstances like that. So I have changed my mind on a number of things, but I have always been pro-life ever since about the age of 13. My parents have never talked to me about this. No one's persuaded me, to be this opinion. It's just the way I've always been. I came to be anti-abortion after thinking long and hard about what life is and what it means to be human. And one reason, a prominent explanation I might add, is because I'm a Catholic Christian, and I feel life is one of the most beautiful creations God has ever created. And I'm so thankful to be on earth, to have air in my lungs, to be able to just take in God's creation and be able to live it. And I just want every baby that is conceived to have a chance to experience the world as I have. Every soul that God creates has a right to life. And the idea of a soul is another reason that I am pro-life. I believe that God does everything for a reason, and everything happens for a reason, and every baby conceived and born is meant to do something in this world, and therefore it has a soul. And I'm pro-life because the very second a baby is conceived, they have a soul and have a purpose in life. That being said, I do believe that a fetus is alive at the moment of contraception. A thing cannot go from being an object to, a thing cannot go from being an object to being a living creature, and one can only go from life to death, not the other way around. So something that is alive has been alive since it was conceived, if that makes any sense. Like, a chick inside of an egg is alive before it even hatches, and a plant is alive before it even sprouts up out of the ground. And I cannot understand why a baby would be any different. And I'm pro-life because I feel that life is sacred and very precious. The most widely known accepted indicator of life is a heartbeat. And a fetus's heart begins to beat 3 weeks after contraception. And most women do not even find out that they're pregnant until after 2 months into the pregnancy. So, therefore, most, if not all, abortions occur after a baby's heart is already beating. And I'm pro-life because I believe that stopping a person's heart from beating means that they were killed. And most people don't know, but by 8 weeks, a child can feel. The baby's nerves have developed and already has undergone much of the development process. It has a brain, a spinal cord, and a nervous system. And I'm pro-life because I believe that when a woman discovers that she is pregnant at 2 months, her baby will feel pain. The baby that is aborted will feel everything when it is killed. And I use the term killed because it is one way to destroy what is alive. And there are many pictures and videos, of real life abortions in which a fetus is saw making expressions that exhibits pain. And that's another reason as to why I'm pro-life. And 36 states have laws that increase the penalty of the murder of the woman if she is pregnant. In other words, the unborn baby is considered a child, and the murder of a mother counts as 2 deaths. So then if a woman decides she does not want a baby and has an abortion, it's not murder because the child was unwanted, right? Abortion cannot be legal in a place where the murder of a pregnant woman is equal to 2 murders. I'm pro-life because I believe that the law decides that a fetus is a human being and that the death is the death of a child. So, the fetus is its own person, and I do not believe that a woman has rights to her own body, or of another body that's growing inside of her. A woman has rights to birth control and to safe sex, but failure to practice safe sex is the fault of the mother and of the father. It is not the child that is being conceived. And once a woman decides to have unprotected sex, it is no longer her body that is involved. The baby inside of her is its own body and it should have its own rights to life. And in cases of rape and incest, my heart does go out to those victims. That is a very controversial topic too. But like I said earlier, I'm not telling anyone that I'm right or wrong or whether you're right or wrong. I do not judge any woman that has who was a rape victim or was a victim of incest and had an abortion. Do I support it? No. But do I feel for her and her decision? Yeah, I do. But I'm pro-life because I believe in protecting the innocent life. And I believe that abortion is murder. I believe that all babies, born and unborn, are people, and every man and woman are equal, and every baby should have its rights. No unborn should be punished for events that related in their existence. It's not their fault. And not wanting a baby it should not be a reason for murdering it. It may be hard to go through a 9-month pregnancy. It may be inconvenient. It may be emotionally stressful or that difficult, but adoption, however, is always an option, and someone will love that baby and raise it as their own no matter what happens. Whether it be rape, incest, or just unplanned, that little person growing inside of you is still your baby. It's part of you. And that little baby who has not yet so much as taken a breath is already fighting for its life against the threat of abortion. And many women who have gotten abortions regret their decisions, and they suffer with depression and mental illnesses and stuff like that. But these are just the reasons as to what I believe. I know many people might not agree with me, but I know that everyone is entitled to their own opinions, and I respect anyone who is pro-choice and feel for any woman who is put in the position of an unplanned pregnancy. But I, as a Catholic Christian, however, stand for my pro-life mentality. So this has been my video for oral communications. So, thanks.